Hello, listeners. It's your host, Matt Duncan, Podcast Fatboy, episode 58, New Year's Eve. It's New Year's fucking Eve. I'm recording on the last day of this decrepit, fucking terrible year 2020. Let's go.
Who's a fat boy?
Podcast Fatboy. Hey, thanks, Adam Kennedy, for that theme music you made for me, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. Pretty fucking dope, don't you think? What is this podcast? As I get older, I'm always like, what the fuck am I doing, man? Is this the shit I'm going to do the rest? Is this my journal that my family's going to, learn about me through time? They're going to go back and see what the fuck was that guy about? And you got to go to this podcast, obviously, because, this has been a journal. It's been a journey for me. I've been trying to get into better shape. It's taken many years. I mean, it's been, almost 7 friggin' years now that we've been doing this. I haven't been able to hit my target weight. What the fuck is wrong with me? Okay, I should be able to hit it by now, but I'm not. I've got a new exercise bike. I'll update you on that. I know the last time that we recorded, I don't think I had the new bike yet. I think I was in the process of returning the foldable FB150 Xterra bike, the top foldable bike on the shit fuck face shithole that is Amazon. Top foldable bike should not be. You know what? Overall, as I say, I wrote a review for it too. I gave it 3 very generous stars. It is a 2-star bike, but I gave it an extra star because I think the idea of it is good for the right person. I think you can't be too heavy. I think you got to be older. And then it should be able to work for you fine. You have to not try. Your hopes can't be high to get a lot out of that bike. It's just to keep the blood flowing a little bit faster than you could get walking around your house. That said, it wasn't for me. Started clunking, sent it back. Haven't done the Amazon review yet, but it is on podcastfatboy.wordpress.com if you want to read it there. I'm going to start doing a little bit more review work to get my mind going in this shit and do some more writing. And so I'm going to review this Fitodo. Fitodo? Is that what the bike I just bought? Fitodo. Fit to do. Now I think it's supposed to be fit to do, although it's one word and it's FITODO, but it has also to do as one word at another part of the bike, which makes me think Toto. And then on the wheel, I guess is the slogan, which says just to do. Just to do. So it's like they took the Nike slogan of just do it, put it through Google Translation between a bunch of languages 4 or 5 times, and then brought it back to English to get just to do. That is my only understanding of that. I was real nervous because there is a shitload of exercise bikes on Amazon that are brands I've never fucking heard of before in my life, much like Fit to Do, Fitodo, Song and Mics, and Moto Muda. They're like made up bullshit names. It seems like it was the last thing they thought of when they like constructed the bike and were like, oh shit, we got to name it. It seems like it's a big racket on Amazon, and it was really tough because none of them had reviews. And then once I bought the bike, some of the reviews started to come in. Some people were getting the bike in fucking pieces. The belt was off. Yeah, it was damaged, a whole number of things. Some people were like, hey, you know what? The bike's okay. The bike is pretty good. So I was very nervous when this thing actually came. And then I saw the delivery guy, young Pure Later or fucking UPS. I think it was Pure Later. And he's like fucking practically Ace Ventura, whipping the box around on my driveway. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I had to like come out and like get him to stop. I'm like, man, this shit, there might be breakable shit in here. And of course, you know, like he broke the foam and stuff that keeps all the parts contained. Luckily, nothing broken on this bike. I feel like I'm lucky. You know, I checked on it on Amazon recently. It's currently unavailable. They don't know when it's going to be back in stock. So maybe they pulled it. Maybe there was enough bad reviews, you know, of the 6 that were on there. You know, you have a couple of seething ones like that of like, it's poorly made. It's bent. The fucking wheels squeaking, then it might be enough to scare them to be like, you know what, we're not going to make any money here. We'll just let the heat die down a bit, or they're going to be waiting for my video review because, you know, I'm bored. I don't know why the fuck I want to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a video review. I'm going to edit it because I can edit film. So it won't just be some fucking idiot, you know, filming his bike and muttering. And I'm going to give you the straight facts on this bike. And I really don't think it's that bad. And I think if you're buying a spin bike for under $400, let me tell you something. The spin bikes that you see at gyms or the Peloton or, you know, at proper exercise stores and boutiques, this is a cheap bike for spin. You know, they're usually $1,000 for a decent one. So if you're getting one for $400 or $380 or less, like that is the cheapest level for a spin bike. Now, it's different for a recumbent bike. Recumbent bikes are obviously very different. They have a different weight capacity on them because you're not really supposed to stand on those bikes. Spin bikes, you're supposed to have the ability and the room to stand and take that hill on a higher resistance, right? And you're also, the bars are further away so that you can like bend down and it, you know, simulate a road bike really is what it is. It's supposed to be the most like that into, you know, if you're going to prepare for any kind of cycling marathon or a Tour de France, you're going to want a spin bike over a foldable bike or a recumbent bike. Okay. So I've been very obsessed with these fucking exercise bikes over the last while. I don't know why. It's just been a really important part of me barely hanging on during this pandemic to have the exercise bike that I can get on, do 10 kilometers a day, and just, you know, close that exercise ring on the Apple Watch. That's what I'm trying to fucking do. Okay. And you know what? I like this bike. So I'm going to write a review on it, but it's looking like a 4-star out of 5 for me. And, you know, you buy a spin bike under $400, you're going to have to tweak it a little bit. Okay. I put some lubrication on the flywheel. Okay. So that it's not squeaking so much. It's a lot quieter now. You know, shit's got to be tight. You got to fucking tighten everything up. Get a ratchet. Don't use the bullshit little fucking things they use, you know, a little shitty looking IKEA wrench they give you to tighten stuff. Get a ratchet. Do it right. This thing has to be really tight because, you know, you're standing, you're putting a lot of pressure on it. Overall, pretty happy. So stay tuned for that review. Maybe I'll post the video one too, because I got a feeling Amazon's going to take it down because I'm going to shit talk a little bit. But I'm yeah, you know, I don't know why I'm excited to do it. I just fucking am. Okay, but just to you know, before we talk about New Year's and stuff and what you know, everything else that I've got on this podcast. This might be a long one. I don't know. I smoked some weed. I'm feeling a little manic right now. I'm feeling a little hesitant to jump into the new year, a little excited and a little sad, you know, just the same old shit, but a little worse because, you know, we are still in the midst of this pandemic. But let's start it off a little bit lighter here. You know, who has the most important birthdays in this world? Is it doctors? Is it the taxis? Is it the blue collar in the factories? You're wrong. It is famous people. It is the actors. Okay. And if you look at them, it's something that I've loved since I was a kid, going to the movies, opening up the little book that you get at the, you know, the little magazine and seeing the birthdays of all your favorite stars. And if you're lucky, you're going to the theater on your own birthday and seeing who shares that lucky day with you, you know. But this is December the 31st. It is the last day of the year. A strange day for people born this day. They were a day away from being, you know, the top product in that Outliers book. They're at the end. They're shit. Okay, but they're all fucking good. So let's wish some happy birthdays to these sad fucks. All right, first page, okay? 6 people get to be honored with that on IMDb, and let's wish Lee Gong, the actress Lee Gong is 55 years old. Tim Matheson is 73. You might remember him from Animal House, Black Sheep. Didn't really have the comedy career I thought he would have. Anthony Hopkins is 83. Jesus Christ, 83. He just did a little video saying he's been sober for 45 years. 45 years Anthony Hopkins has not had a fucking drink. Can you believe that? Since 1975. Crazy. Val Kilmer, still alive and 61 today. He's like a crazy Christian science guy, isn't he? Like pray the disease away. Well, that didn't fucking work. Guy had throat cancer real bad. I think he finally gave in. And our Frasier favorite, baby BB Newworth, is 62 today. Oh, she's a little, you know, theater hound. She spends her nights in the theater. So, you know, you get maybe 5 or 6 pages of these birthday things. You got Ben Kingsley, 77, you know, some other names. Michael McDonald, Stewart. You remember that guy? He's 56. That's how old. You feel old now? Oh, God bless you, John Denver. Would be your birthday today. You died 23 years ago. He was drunk. I think he crashed his plane. He was hammered. Poor fella. But I love singing his song at karaoke now. That's one of my new favorites. Anyone else that I see here? Nicholas Sparks. Didn't he write that bullshit fucking soppy, wet bullshit Gosling movie? I can't remember what it's called. The Notebook. He's 55 today. Happy birthday, Nicholas. And you know what? The last page here, no one's really standing out to me, so I'm just going to pick the funnest name. Edward Bunker. The actor Edward Bunker died in 2005. He'd be up there in his late 80s right about now. So Eddie Bunk, if you're up there in heaven having a birthday party with Albert Einstein and Elvis Presley, happy fucking birthday, man. Happy fucking birthday to the December 31st fuckers. All right, guys, that was kind of fun, eh? That was a little IMDb rundown. Now, look, I'll never be on that because I do not put my actual birthday on. I wonder if I add my age to my IMDb page, would I make it? But I will tell you that yesterday I looked, and a friend of the Confederacy Dunks podcast, perennial guest, Ennis Esmer, the actor, you might know him from the show Blind Spot. He was the last person to make that list. And that guy, I'm not going to say he's famous. I'm going to say he's Canadian successful. And he was on, like, I would say, you know, a hit NBC cop procedural show, playing, you know, that goofy hacker guy that helps the real cops do work. You know, you need the goofy hacker guy that's trying to stay out of jail, so he's helping the good guys. You know, that classic character that's been created. He just made the list, so that's a belated birthday to Ennis Esmer. Happy 42nd. Can't believe you're that much older than me. You look 5 years younger than me. God bless you. So moving on. Okay, we talked about the bike. You know, we talked about the fucking, you know, birthdays. We've got fucking New Year's. Like, I'm trying to think of resolutions, you know, because I did stick to one year, you know, putting no more sugar in my coffee. At the time, it seems silly, but, you know, it was a really hard thing to do for me. And I think it's been 6 or 7 years now that I have, you know, I can't go back. I don't even really enjoy Baileys and coffee anymore around Christmas time because it's too sweet. I just love coffee with a little cream. You know, do I go black? Is that the resolution for this year? Do I try black coffee? Dry toast? I'm thinking, like, maybe stop buttering my fucking bread so much, you fat fuck. Maybe, you know, just go dry and eat your eggs. drink less. Been drinking a lot over the holidays. Kind of amazed at how much I can actually drink. That's scary. And when you drink a lot and you don't really get hangovers like you used to. This reminds me of, some alcoholics in my life that I'm just like, man, they never get hangovers. They're just so ready to go the next day. And I'm starting to feel myself drift into that territory a little bit where it's like, maybe I'm not drinking as much as I thought. I mean, I am smoking a lot more marijuana now, and it just seems to be really nice. It's obviously 0 calories, and, I do it in a way that's either a vape or a vape pen. Got a vape pen from the government, and it's really nice. I feel like I don't get too high from it. You can kind of control it, and I don't want to buy, if I'm going to be using the liquid stuff, the vape pen, I'm only going to go to the government because I don't want to fuck with any, secondary sources that don't have their shit tracked and their ingredients checked. And I don't want to get that fucking popcorn lung that people are getting, all the kids with their cigarette vapes and their weed vapes, because, people are putting vitamin E and shit on it. Like, you can't have that. Your body can't ingest vitamin E through your lungs. You can digest it, can't inhale it. That's what's fucking everybody up. That is the key, apparently. So, yeah, maybe it's so tough, because I always want to knock these fucking resolutions out of the park. And I'm just thinking, like, I got to pick one. If I pick too many, then I'm not going to do any of them. So, maybe what I'm going to do is, I've also got written down, find a source of income that brings me joy and not deep sadness. That really should be my resolution. That is actually a serious one. I need to actually do something that makes you happy, because you're on this earth for so fucking little, and you have to make money. You have to pay your pimp, the government, whatever you make and whatever you buy, so that you can have shelter and you can be protected, and they fuck it away, all the money that you give them. They really fuck it away. Some finance ministers go on vacation during a fucking global pandemic when our numbers of COVID are going up and up and up, and hitting records now in the 3,000s, I think. And some fuckhead finance minister for Ontario decides to go to St. Bart's for a little. He's had enough. He deserved it. It's been a tough year. I'm sure he's had the family being like, we got to go away. We go away every year. Every year we go away, and we just can't stop now. Okay, we're going to go to St. Bart's, but we're going to be really good about our social distancing. We're going to stay on the beach, and we're not going to see anyone. And we're not going to kiss any sharks on the nose. No shark kissing at all. Okay, I'm the finance minister. You should trust me that I'm going to do this right. And now that fucker had to resign today. So get fucked, you motherfucker, while we're all here having our Zoom fucking Christmases. And I'm watching my friend's cover band. These poor fucks, they got to do their New Year's Eve show where they probably make like 50 grand in one night. They're hoping for some YouTube hits tonight. So if you want to check out Dwayne Gretzky, great cover band, maybe the most successful fucking cover band I've ever heard of. What fucking cover band can sell out, music venues and shit? Like, you got to be fucking good, and they are. And you know what? Their shows are, I don't know how much they cost now. Probably New Year's, if you're going to it live, it'd be like $50 to $75 a ticket for a cover band. And now it's free. So check them out tonight, Dwayne Gretzky, on YouTube. That's a little free plug for my old buddies, and they are getting old. And it's they're going to be doing the Carney circuit in enough time, probably, performing at carnivals. Maybe they already are. I don't fucking know. But they're fucking hilarious dudes and very talented. So, Dwayne Gretzky. That's my New Year's resolution there. Look at that. I'm trying to help out friends as much as I can. Another thing I want to say is, I got such weird feelings, but Tom Cruise, now I know this is like a couple weeks old now, but he went on a huge rant on his set of Mission Impossible 50. And, he did this big soapbox speech where he was yelling at the crew for not wearing masks or, standing too close to each other. I don't know what the fucking thing, what it was they did. And I agree with that. I these sets are really tough to keep safe, and you do need to take it seriously. I don't know if you need the most famous person in the world yelling at you in front of another 100 to 200 people on a set. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. I don't know if you've done 6 of these movies so far. Maybe you need a little publicity stunt to people get in people's minds, especially because no one's going to theaters to watch these things. Probably won't be going to the theater to watch Mission Impossible 7. He is, a part of a horrific religious cult that destroys lives and hurts people. And he's very tight with the top guy, David Miscavige. So it's like Tom Cruise is I feel sad for this dude. It's just like, do you want to be famous? Do you want to be as famous as possible? Look at Tom Cruise. You do not want that fame. He seems like the loneliest fucking guy. And I don't know. I just don't ever want to be anything like him. But yeah, wear a fucking mask and don't be an idiot, for fuck's sake. So we're going to be in this shit for fucking ever.
Fitness update.
Okay, we'll just go for a little quick fitness update. I've kind of had a difficult time exercising. I've just been trying to, stick to getting at least 3 to 4 days in a week on the exercise bike. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to get on the bike and I'm going to get that 30 in, and I'm going to do some exercises today because I just really need to. And I really love getting on the bike, and I love just, getting that done in the day, adding to the odometer on the new bike. I'm up to almost 80 kilometers. Feels good to do that. It's something it's fun to build. It's fun to accumulate. So I can't step on the scale still. I don't want to do that because I feel that I'm not where I want to be weight wise, and obviously eating a lot of sugar, a lot of fucking cakes and sweets over the Christmas time, and as well drinking a lot. So I'm probably, really throwing my blood sugar and everything out of whack, and my body doesn't know what to do, so it's just going to keep storing fat. So, I don't, my legs fucking are so sore. Do I have a blood clot? That's always a worry for me. Feel like I'm the kind of guy that's like, oh yeah, he's had a blood clot. And I don't think it is. I think I just have sore legs because I went for a walk. How do I can't go for a fucking walk up a steep hill, and now it's like I'm huffing and puffing. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, I need to get back on track a little bit better. The Apple Watch is now doing it's like a small little, like they do all these things for you to strive for, right? Like these little badges and stuff you can earn. So they have this challenge where start the year off right, close all your rings, standing, calories, and exercise 7 days straight, starting tomorrow, right? So I'm going to go for it. That is pretty fucking tough. 7 straight days exercise is tough for me, but I think I can do it. So I'm going to go for that. Also, what have I been dealing with? Oh yeah, I've been getting a little bit of agoraphobia. I am someone who suffers from anxiety. I think it's been documented well on this podcast. But now I'm over the last few months, say half a year during this pandemic, sometimes if I even just go for a walk to the mailbox, or, I went for a walk at my cottage, I, go into a big box store and I'm at the very back of the store, I start to really panic. And apparently that's agoraphobia. And that really bothers me. But it seems like it's something that I guess I've always had, but never really understood, because it's not the same as claustrophobia. If I'm on a packed subway car, I don't feel a panic. But if I'm in a movie theater sitting beside a bunch of people in this vast space, for some reason, that gives me more panic. Don't understand it, but yeah, it is agoraphobia, and it fucking sucks. And, when you have a panic attack, it just spins you into a state where you want to give up. Your body, it's like your body wants to power down for you to save your mind. And that is what I deal with. That's what I'll always deal with. And it's just the way it is. It's a disease. It's a mental fucking illness. And you just have to learn to deal with it, dance with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my fitness update. Hoping for, more podcasts, more Fatboys. I don't think I hit my 12 episodes. I think I only did 9 for the year, but I did, that first fucking quarter of 2020 was fucking hell for me. So I just couldn't force myself to get on the mic, but maybe that's going to be different this year in 2021.
Health news. News that is health related.
Oh God. Oh, sorry, I'm just, getting my little back pillow, my lumbar support pillow, making sure I wear like a turtle shell around my body so it doesn't slip and fall off the chair. I recommend getting one if you are sitting at a desk or working, or you sit a lot and you're slouching. It just brings so much relief to your lower back. Probably one of the best little things I bought off that shit fuck show, the Amazon. Shit fuck show. So just some quick health news. I won't go over too much. I did read a study on CNBC. It said that just 11 minutes of exercise a day is enough to help you live longer. Okay, this is an article by Corey Steig. I'll just read a couple of things. Finding time in your busy day to exercise is a challenge, but new research suggests that you may need only 11 minutes of exercise each day to live longer, according to a study published in the British Journal of Medicine. Research has long shown that exercise can improve your life expectancy because it lowers the risk of developing age-related diseases such as cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. On the other hand, sedentary activity, sitting on your fucking ass, which is any low-energy activity that involves sitting, reclining, or lying, is linked with disease and early death. Okay, so, even just going for a brisk walk every day, just getting some moderate intensity, it will help you live much longer, apparently, to the study. And I do agree with that. I think a little goes a long way with exercise. And that's why, I think for a long time, I've always psyched myself out and said like, fuck, I got, if I can't do 40 minutes on the bike and then another 50 minutes with weights, then I shouldn't even work out at all. But really, it's like, you just do anything. Get a little bit in and you will see some benefits to your health. You'll start to feel better, and drink lots of fucking water, because that just seems to be the thing that always makes me feel a lot goddamn better. Now, this other health news. Now, I put this in health news. This could be all that other shit because it has to deal with shit. But it has to do with flying. And, flying is always, I always feel like being in a plane is a health crisis. You just never know, it's a Forrest Gump of disease. You never know what you're going to get when you go on a fucking airplane. And because of the coronavirus, and people can't stop fucking flying. So in China, they're telling flight attendants to wear diapers for COVID protection. So, and you're thinking like, oh, what is that, to like catch their farts or something? Or if they have a little piddle out their pee-pee, do they, is it to catch that in the diaper? Is Donald Trump, who shits in diapers in the Oval Office, as I've talked on the last episode, who cuts cakes in the Oval Office, are diapers becoming in fashion? No, they want to make their flight attendants wear diapers so they don't have to use the washroom and get, contract coronavirus from there, which is obviously the washrooms on an airplane are probably one of the dirtiest places. It's just a human asshole in an airplane washroom. So I don't really agree with that. I don't think that I want to know that a flight attendant. I've got enough anxiety when I fly. I got to think about now that the fucking flight attendants are caking themselves and having a little piss as they're, walking by serving bullshit food and chips and whatnot. And, maybe just, apparently they're coming up with self-cleaning lavatories. How has this not happened yet? My mom bought me one of these little UV boxes for Christmas where you can like put your phone in or your keys in, and it turns on a UV light inside, and it's supposed to kill, 99.9% of germs and bacteria. Now, I don't know if it's going to kill the coronavirus, but it's going to kill a lot of shit that you don't really think about with your phone. You're not getting all wet and whatever. It's nice, but how do you know it's really working, right? So anyway, I have that, and every once in a while, I'll throw my phone in. I threw my wallet in. I'm buying a wallet for $16 off of the app Wish. I finally got into the Wish, which is kind of like AliExpress. You just buy stuff from on the app. Comes from China, probably takes months to get here, but it only costs like $1 or $5. Everything's very, very cheap. So yeah, I bought a new wallet. My wallet's falling apart, and I'm going to throw that right in, even though it's going to take so long to get here from China. They say it only lasts a max of 72 hours, COVID, on any surface. So, I mean, that wallet should be pretty okay, COVID-wise. It should, is barring that it's been wrapped, and, I don't have to worry about that. So, yeah, back to the shitting flight attendants. Get some kind of self-cleaning lavatory. They've got ones that, when you're not using it, turns on a UV light apparently when it's when no one's in it, and we'll just fucking clean that shit right up. Now, all the thunderous shit spray that exists inside those those lavatories, that will still probably be there, but at least you'll know that they've been disinfected shit smears. Okay, last thing on the health news. I know. It's been a half hour. I'm just trying to fucking do my job here. This made me really fucking sick. And, if you're looking for something like, I love meat, but I would like to go vegan, but I need something to really scare me about humanity and eating meat that will stop me for good. And of course, fucking course, this state, Wisconsin, is the one that does this. Of course, this is a traditional holiday dish in the state. It's called a cannibal fucking sandwich. Yeah, you've got it. This is a report from CNN. Fake news. So don't take my fucking word for it. It's CNN, right? If you're a fucking Trumper, I feel like we got a lot of Midwest Americans that listen to podcast Fatboy. God bless you all. But so Wisconsin residents are being urged by health officials to pass on eating a traditional holiday dish this year to avoid getting sick, because those hospitals are jammed with COVID. We can't have all you people in eating raw ground beef, the cannibal sandwich, which is ground beef on bread with sliced onions. Okay. Salt and pepper. Oh, I like how simple it is. You don't even need to put any fancy sauce on it. Just eat that. Oh God, I fucking hate the consistency of ground beef. It's just, there's something about it. That's one of the foods. If I never had to eat cooked ground beef again, I'm okay with it. Because it's just fucking weird. All the fat and fucking, it's like you're turning a cow into mush and then frying it in little batches of, brown crumb. Yeah, it's safe to say eating raw meat is never recommended, especially fucking ground beef, because it can get so much bacteria in it, listeria, everything else. What the fuck is this what Stephen Avery is missing in jail? Does he sit in his cell? Does Brendan Dassey, are they sitting in their cells? Excuse me, I got GERD. Is he sitting in his cell salivating at the thought of a cannibal sandwich? God, I wish I was out of here. First thing I'd get, fucking 6-pack. get a fucking wrestling DVD and a cannibal sandwich from your local fucking deli in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Jesus Christ. Ugh. That is just so fucking... I'm going to be sick. Other shit. Just some other shit you want to talk about here. I'll try not to go too long because I feel like I'm getting a little out of myself here. But, you know, was there anything that I actually had? Oh, you know what? I missed something. I was going to say I was thinking about joining Noom. We'll put that in the other shit because maybe it is other shit. I don't really understand what it is. You know, it just seems like they're flagging foods for it. They're saying you can eat everything you want, eat anything you want, but we group everything into this color-coded food diagram, and you know, you eat a fucking piece of chocolate cake, that's a red. Okay, eat more yellow, eat your green. So I understand that. It's trying to trick you into being like, oh, I'm eating a shit food right now. Maybe I don't need to eat anything anymore for the day. I've had my one piece of chocolate cake. That's all the calories I need. Seems kind of like they've got, you know, a bit of a bot-like health coach system. And, you know, they're not registered dietitians, so there's only so much you can take from them. But if it's anything to trick you in to just thinking about food, and I think that's the main part, maybe I will try Noomy Boomy. Maybe I will. I was, what was I listening to? I was like watching the Comedy Store documentary. It's about the famous Comedy Store comedy club in Los Angeles on the Sunset Strip. I say check it out. It is on, you know, HBO or Showtime or something. It's on Crave if you're in Canada. But, you know, it just made me think of that store was, you know, back in the day, the comedians that I loved when I was a kid, that I admired, who were, you know, my parents' age, they all got their big break by getting on Johnny Carson. And how did you get on Johnny Carson is you got scouted at the Comedy Store, and so many Comedy Store comics got onto Johnny Carson, and that changed your life. That one set would change your fucking life. And I'm just thinking now, you know, it's Jimmy Fallon is the Tonight Show. It was Jay Leno. It was Conan for a minute. And it's just not the same thing anymore. And the most fucked up thing is that, like, that Johnny Carson kind of thing that used to exist for comedians now exists with Joe Rogan. So comedians need to get on Joe Rogan and have a podcast that they can promote, and then that changes their lives. So yeah, I know Joe Rogan, the new Johnny Carson, it's unfortunate, but it's true in a lot of ways. And they talk about that quite a bit in the Comedy Store doc. And yeah, just like, kind of makes you sad, doesn't it? It's, you know, Jimmy Fallon, you're just another stop. You're just another stop on the circuit. You're nothing special anymore. You know, it's just not the same thing. That's some other shit I was thinking of. Also, you know, I was watching the Reagans. There's a doc on the Reagans. That's Ronald Reagan and his wife Nancy, the president of the United States in the 80s. The year that I was born was, you know, the year he got his second term. And I didn't realize how fucking dumb and, you know, close-minded those two are, and how fucking terrifying Nancy Reagan is. What a terrible administration that was. You know, actors really shouldn't have that much power ever. And yeah, watch that dog just to see how fucking backwards he is, and how, you know, he did one term in a Alzheimer's fugue state. Pretty fucking interesting. And the best part about it is they interview his son a lot, who's very anti all their shit, Ron Reagan Jr. And that's probably the best part for me in it. Just hearing him be like, yeah, I constantly fucking went up against him. Everything that he was standing for was bullshit. I told him that. Love that about it. Just, you know, there's some things in this world that I don't want to really, you know, investigate too much. And these two things go together, but like Jordan Peterson, I still have a hard time getting my head around this guy, a U of T prof, a misogynist guy who, you know, he's got these terrible beliefs that align the alt-right, aka the Proud Boys, and I don't know, like, they sound like the fucking worst group of people to join. Like, your initiation is they kick the shit out of you while you say a bunch of different cereal or something like that, different cereal brands. It just seems so fucking dumb, and it just reminds me of the time that I lived in a frat house and did not want to join after 1 week because I knew it was going to be such a arduous thing, and I was a college kid, and it just was like, it's way harder, and they just really saddened me, and it was like, this is not how I like to make friends. I see a group of, the majority of them were, schlubby, not very cute. And I get that. I get why you want to find that type of group where you can meld together and feel okay. And there's nothing wrong with that, but everything else with them is shit. Frats are bad. They treat women bad, and they treat each other bad. Someone shit outside my door. Well, that's what you get for being a boarder in a fucking frat house. Don't recommend. But you know what? When you're fucking 20 years old, do what the fuck you want. You want to live in a crack den? Live in a fucking crack den, my man. And that pretty much is, that's pretty much it. I don't need to fucking talk anymore. It's been 40 minutes. You guys still there? Are my people in South Africa that listen, are you still there? America, are you still there? Canada, are you still there? Thank you for listening. Thanks for constantly coming back. We got a very small audience here on the podcast, but it's fierce. It is fierce, and I can feel your roar, and I'm very grateful for that. And of course, this is for me. We do not promote this podcast. We do not Twitter. We do not tweet. The only place it is promoted at all is if you go to dunkspodcast.com, my other podcast that I produce. There's a little button you can click on to get yourself a podcast, Fatboy, and that is the only place that it is really promoted. So if you're here, if you're listening to this in the apocalypse, if you found the CD in the drawer of the warehouse and it's an episode of Podcast Fatboy, you are fucking lucky, and I am happy to be there to give you some perspective and a different way to look at the universe. If everybody was in a gelatin shell that wants to be molded to your own liking. So thank you for listening in this terrible year, 2020. Who knows what's going to happen in 2021? Will this podcast ever end? Will it just be a health manic journal for me? I feel like it's my last will and testament sometimes. I feel like it's something that I'm leaving for other people to just hear what is rolling around inside my head. So thank you for checking that out. And maybe one day my voice, these recordings, will be used in some kind of android in the future. A podcast Fatboy bot. Guys, Happy New Year. Happy fucking New Year, everybody. Fuck you, 2020. Fuck you. And we'll see you in 2021, guys. Be happy, be healthy, be safe.